Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Night Moves. This is Ramon Scott keeping you company tonight as we break down the best angles, the sharpest numbers, and those overnight moves that you have to be on top of to make sure you're winning sports better. Before we get rolling, I want to invite all of you, yes, you folks tuning in to me right now, to stick around, enjoy the show, and be part of our growing community here at Tony's Picks. Whether you're here for the late night breakdowns, insight from myself or my guest handicappers, or you just like hanging out with us, you're always welcome to join us here live on Night Moves and be a part of our chat room as well as we answer your questions and comments about the games coming up and about our website, tonyspicks.com. And hey, do us a solid, hit that like button if you're enjoying the show. It helps more than you know. Like it, share it, subscribe, and make sure you're joining us here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. We've recently passed a 50,000 subscriber mark. And with your support, we're getting closer every day to new milestones here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Help us reach that milestone by sharing the stream, invite a friend, or just tap the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And that makes you a part of our Tony's Picks family on all of the shows here on the channel. All right, settle in, relax, and let's make some smart moves tonight here on Night Moves. This is Ramon Scott, and you're watching Night Moves on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, and let's get to the action. Deep breath as my Chargers go into action here against the Patriots, and it's been a good season for the Chargers, man, a real pleasant surprise. Although I've been a Harbaugh from day one. I said that Harbaugh would be able to turn this franchise into a winner. I know he gets a lot of criticism from folks, and yeah, he's a little aloof, but you know what? So am I. And no doubt, controversies aside, at Michigan over his time here now with the Chargers, obviously put them in position here. Yeah, it's tough to go on the road, especially against this New England team that's looked so good, but they're still, it's the Chargers that come in here with the playoff experience, albeit a losing one last year against the Houston Texans when they really got bombed, but they're in the playoffs for the third time in 4 years. Herbert's been to the playoffs, but the Patriots have not. I mean, we could talk about the greatness of the Patriots franchise, but this is the first time they've been in the playoffs in 4 years, and they've got their, playoff rookie, if you will, in Drake May, 17-12 as an NFL starter, and Herbert has only been a starter for 2 playoff games with the Chargers. In there, he's 0-2. Jim Harbaugh, of course, has been to the playoffs before. Remember, he's been to the Super Bowl before. Harbaugh 5-4 in his coaching career. So for the Patriots here, 13-1 straight up, 11-3 against the spread. Their last 14 games coming in, they were 8-3 against the spread as a favorite this year. New England 5-2 against the spread. Their last 7 games as a home favorite. Patriots have gone over in 9 of their last 11 games. Patriots' last 5 games have gone over the total. Chargers, meanwhile, have gone under in 6 of their last 8 games. Chargers are 8-4 against the spread. Their last 12 coming off of a loss, and they were 4-1 as underdogs this season against the spread. So, look, I have a lot of hope for my Chargers. I'm nervous about this game. Going on the road, this team has always had some problems in the playoffs, although the team history, some of their biggest playoff wins have actually come on the road. I can remember, if you're a Charger fan like me, the Chargers were poised to beat the Patriots in a big playoff game many years ago. And near the end of the game, the Chargers ended up intercepting Tom Brady on really what was amounting to a last minute drive anyway. Chargers intercepted the ball, and then Troy Brown stripped the ball back as it was being run back. It was not a run back to the end zone, but the guy was running back the interception. Troy Brown stripped it, Patriots got the ball back on a change of possession, went down, scored a touchdown, and game went to overtime. And the Patriots beat the Chargers to knock them out of the uh, uh, championship game there. So uh, looking to avenge that a little bit. Chargers haven't played a home playoff game in uh, back many years right now, so they'll have to do this one on the road. Chargers are 3-6 straight up in their last 9 playoff games overall. Let's get ready to hear from you in the chat as my Chargers go in to take on a foe that's always given them trouble. The Chargers are 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games against the New England Patriots. Patriots have gone over in 6 of their last 7 games at home and 5 straight overall coming into this one. Herbert it was kind of widely regarded as a gunslinger here, but through the years, I don't know. I'm not call. He's been hurt this year. He's got that broken hand, obviously here, and got the week off last week. So maybe it'll finally stop bothering him a little bit. We kind of saw Stafford today, kind of with a hand injury too, that may have affected him there after a while. He's throwing many what they say is the biggest string of incompletions in his career today. Was that right? I mean, as good as he's been. So for the Chargers, their problem has been the injuries right now, especially on the offensive line, and that's why Herbert has been getting killed back there. It seems like this is a guy, if you could protect him, he'd be one of the best quarterbacks in the game. He's already one of the better quarterbacks in the game. And, you just see him get sacked so many times. I wish he could be a little bit more decisive on getting rid of the ball, a la Phillip Rivers, who knows how to get rid of that ball a little bit. But Herbert could use a little bit of a lesson in trying to, throw at the receiver's feet, kind of, if you will. So let me hear from you guys in the chat. I'm showing this one at 3.5 and 45.5, maybe 46 here at a few spots. Coming into this one, I'm going to start flipping through some of your comments here and see what you think tonight in the night game too here. So let's see. Hopefully, with the weather conditions tonight in New England, we're showing it right now at 32 degrees. So that's not Charger weather. But no precipitation. So freezing temperature, but right on the edge, 32 degrees. That's 0 Celsius. All right. Let's see what we got here in the chat. Thank you guys for joining me here. We got some more previews to do, but we're talking football after an incredible day today, aren't we? All right. Well, Mr. West says draft an O-line, but, their O-line has been beat up. They did draft O-line. They drafted probably one of the best O-linemen. He's just been out right now pretty much most of the season here. Hey, you're not one of the best if you're out, right? That's the key. But there's no doubt they have their own version of Trent Williams in Joe Alt. And the fact that he has been out here for the season right now with that broken torn ligaments in his, whatever it was, his ankle here, but also Rashawn Slater, another top offensive lineman, has been out this season. So this has been the Chargers' problem with keeping Herbert. They're basically their 2 best linemen have been out this season. He's been getting crushed. That's just the way it's been going down right now, and that's what's hurt the Chargers, and it's going to continue to hurt them here too. For the Patriots, Kayshawn Shake Your Booty is questionable with a hamstring injury. Got Mac Hollins out. He's been key for the Patriots, no doubt about it, but he's been out here for a couple of weeks heading into this one. For the Chargers here also, Omarion Hampton, another guy who they brought in to be a number 1 running back this season. He pretty much have been out about half the year. He missed last week's game with Denver. Against Houston, he was terrific with 8 receptions out of the backfield, 14 carries. Promise you, this guy is a dynamic player. He just hasn't really gotten the opportunity to prove it, but he's had big games already this season. Had a game earlier this season against the Giants. He had 128 yards rushing, 5 receptions for 37 yards, and Also had a big game against Denver earlier in the season, but he missed in the middle of the season 7 consecutive games. He's a rookie from North Carolina. He is expected to play in this game, but how effective he'll be uh, with that ankle injury is because he's starting to trend towards, available. Looks like he will be in this game, but the injury seems significant enough that it may hamper him. And for as far as Kimani Vidal, he's had his moments here this season for sure, but I don't think he is quite the back that O'Marion Hampton is. As far as the Patriots are concerned in their running game, I've got the Chargers as number one right now in rush defense, and that's what they're going to have to hang their hat on here. Is their defense. Because we saw Stevenson have the big game there last week with 131 yards rushing and a couple of receptions, and of course 3 touchdowns in that huge game against Miami. Ramondre Stevenson kind of was having an okay season. He had a little bit of turnoveritis, a little bit, or the dropsies too. But over the last 3 games, I mean, he has been one of the hottest players in the league, and his stock is going up, up, up heading into this game. It's just that he'll be facing a very good Chargers defense that I rate number one against opposing running backs. And it's funny because you think of Travion Henderson to me when Stevenson went down, Henderson, who may have already been passing him up. I mean, we know Henderson has the speed. It's almost a thunder and lightning situation, but I can't get that team right. And I'm surprised that Henderson doesn't get more action. I mean, he's had some monster games. He had 147 yards against Tampa. He had 96 yards against the Jets with 5 receptions and 3 touchdowns. He had 148 yards against Buffalo this season. And we know how explosive he is. And arguably one of the fastest running backs in the league. So, look, these guys are good, but the Chargers are number one. This is what is to me their overall strength here, but I still have big concerns. Let's continue on with the chat here a little bit. I'll talk about a few more players here because I think that when we talk about the players, I don't know about you guys when you're watching the game, but don't you sometimes say, "Hey, that's what Ramon was saying"? Just kidding. Maybe you do. I just remember. I just know, like when the guy goes and does, what I said he'd do on the show. I'm like, I hope somebody was listening. All right, Chargers for the upset, says Cal Dog here. Patriots for Timmy Two Shoes says they are ready for battle. And the Chargers may not have that offense clicking, says Mr. Weskers. And maybe the Chargers are a year away here. They are. They have to be. This team is just not healthy enough to do anything long term, in my opinion. And I'm an objective Chargers fan. I'm totally thrilled with this season. I think they've overachieved here big time already. And Timmy says they'll disappear here tonight. And Andre, Chargers money line. Chargers defense is legit. Allen for a TD, McConkey for a TD. Go over his receptions there. Hampton under in his rushing yards and Vidal over in his receiving yards and May to throw an interception. I might be okay with that, but like I said, Hampton does get a lot of, you're saying Vidal over in his receiving yards, and if Hampton's ready, I mean, he is the guy. You look at the overall receiving stats for Hampton, when he's been available, and like I said, 8 targets in that game against Houston. He really can take it here with the passing game. All right. Let's see here. Aronde Gadsden in there as well, talking about, I'm kind of neutral with that, with the receiving game here. Although Hunter Henry, Chargers are pretty good defending tight ends. Hunter Henry's been spectacular for sure this season, and is certainly going to get targeted quite a bit. I think the Chargers could be ready, though, for that. All right. And Vrabel, what a decision for the Patriots to bring Vrabel in here. Made perfect sense, and this looks like a long-term situation. Wow, look, LALB says could be some bad weather. I didn't know that. I thought it was going to be clear, so my apologies there. And says wind gusts up to 16. I'm showing 9 to 10 miles an hour during the game here, but LALB's got a little bit more crazy out there. That's bad for the Chargers. All right, I think we're almost done here. Thank you for all the comments. Henderson and Steve spent only an hour on football games because I love them. Timmy likes the quarterbacks to get out there and do things. And, always a problem, Ziggy, for the Chargers. And let's see, he says Herbert out in the cold, LA team out in the cold. It's not good, but quarterbacks in the playoffs making their first, well, it's not his first start in the playoffs. Herbert is 0-2 in the postseason. Oh, maybe on the road, though. Is that what he's saying? But I think they had one road game, 1-1, one road game. Stevenson touchdown, Henry touchdown, and Henderson touchdown. That's a lot of touchdowns, Andre. Oh, and yeah, you're right, Mr. Weskers. And the Chargers are just behind the Patriots at this point, and that's why they're playing this game on the road there, right? So, all right. He says Chargers have struggled. Look, the game against Houston last year. What can you say? I mean, they got beat in that game, and I had more confidence in the Chargers' chances against Houston last year in that loss than I do in this game against the Patriots here. Sonny's got the Patriots to win. And hey, Cinna figured out here who's better against the run here. I've got the Chargers. Chargers are my number one team here currently in the league against the run. So I do think the Patriots, I have them just outside the top 5 against the run. I have number 7 currently. I think number 6 after the results today. I think one of my teams dropped out. Okay. Oh, Drake May, first time playoff. Thank you. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Ziggy, sure thing. And look, yeah, you're right, James Kelly. Nice to see you in the chat there. The Chargers offensive line, they're just beat up. They've done a credible job, but again, you just see it time and time again. Herbert just getting pummeled there a little bit. Cinna figured out does like the points here. I'm not so worried about. I just want them to win, but I think this is going to be tough for the Chargers. Early on in the season, the Patriots, you could look at some of the results that they had. They actually, at the start of the season with that incredible string of victories too, they kind of were doing some things. There's some historical numbers that say that they have the tendency of a Super Bowl champion. Some of the wins that they had, yes, they ended up with a weak schedule too, but for a time there, they really were putting up things that only Super Bowl champs do here. So, I don't know if they're all that just yet, but I think the Patriots are. They've totally fixed it right now. Okay, give me the under in this one with the Chargers and the Patriots. All 3 of my plays are on the side at Tony'sPicks.com.
Thank you for watching. For more free pick videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for Ramon's best bets and his premium picks, be sure to click the link in the description to take you right over to Ramon's handicapper page at Tony'sPicks.com.